Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the week 1 update. We're going to talk about goals. We're going to talk about which fast I chose and why. We're going to talk about our workout goals and also get results. Stick around to the end to see what type of progress I've made. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button so that you can follow along with me on this journey. First thing that we need to talk about with anything is setting goals. I love setting goals. Goals are my jam. I find that I do a lot better at anything that I'm trying to do if I have goals in place. So for intermittent fasting, I decided to set a goal for week 1. Then I would fast for 16 hours. I would eat for an 8-hour period, and I would try to do that 5 days in that week. We have to remember though that progress and perfection are not the same thing. Yes, my goal was to fast for 16 hours, eat for 8 hours, and do that 5 times. Reality is I only accomplished that 4 times last week. Now, I didn't get upset with myself. Like, I almost met my goal, and I knew that that meant that next week I needed to try harder, but it wasn't just going to stop me from going forward, which segues perfectly into what we're going to talk about next. Why I chose intermittent fasting and which version of intermittent fasting I chose. I chose to do the 16 and 8 version of intermittent fasting because it fits into my life. As a teacher who also commutes, I have a lot to do in a short amount of time. There's not really time to break or eat and eat or enjoy lunch or any of those things. Like, you're on the same schedule that your students are on. So with that being said, I found myself putting all of this bad stuff in my body. Things that I didn't need, that weren't good for me, but it was quick and it was easy and I didn't really have to think about it. Well, now with intermittent fasting, I don't really have to think about eating. Like, I don't have to worry about what I'm going to cook myself for breakfast at 4 a.m. I don't have to worry about what am I going to eat for a snack on the way to work, or what am I going to pack in my lunchbox, or what quick thing am I going to stop and get before I get to school, or any of those things. Like, it's a whole level of stress that's taken off of me to just not eat while I'm at school. When I get home from the afternoons, then my eating window is open and I eat then. It fits my lifestyle. It fits what's perfect for me. The third thing I want to talk about is my workout goals. Now, going into this whole journey, I did a lot of research, and one of the things that I saw over and over again is worrying about your cortisol levels. And your cortisol levels are your stress hormones. Now, I worked out anyway. I would lift heavy weights, like, despite the fact that I'm overweight, but it's something that does tax or does stress your body. So in an effort to combat that, still get some physical activity for better me, for better health, I decided that I was going to walk at least 3 times a week for 30 minutes. Not something that's hard to achieve. I take my son to the park every other afternoon, sometimes every afternoon, when he's done with his schoolwork. So meeting that goal was not hard. Walking keeps your cortisol levels low. You don't have to worry about that stress or that tax on your body, and it will positively promote everything I'm trying to do. So that goal, I'm definitely going to carry on into next week so that I can continue to maintain my physical activity while also intermittent fasting. Last but not least, I want to talk about my results. And y'all, I was shocked. Like, I've already told y'all, I didn't meet my goal of fasting for 5 days last week. I only was able to achieve 4 because my husband and I took a trip over the weekend and I lost all self-control. But I am shocked. I took my measurements, which I will post later in this video, and I lost almost 2.5 inches. And I lost the 2.5 inches from the 3 parts of my body that I probably struggled to get the weight off the most. I lost almost 1/2 inch in the backs of my arms, or in this part of my arms. I lost an inch, y'all, an entire inch around my waist, and an entire another inch around my hips. Like, sticking to this plan, doing what I had to do for 4 days last week, making sure I drank my water, all of those things produced 2.5 inches of loss around my body. I am shocked. And not only am I shocked, I am floored to continue this journey. My goals for next week are probably going to be the same. Check out the next video in order to find out whether or not I achieved those. As always, remember, do your best, forget the rest, and I'll see you guys next time.